Guys, I just got a picture of Theme Park Worldwide. Is he? Guys, this is insane. It looks huge. Okay, so we just got off Nemesis Reborn. Here's a little bus in the background, really cool, and it was really good. And I think it's just like the old Nemesis, but just better in terms of theming and the way it looks. I think it looks much better than before. But yeah, it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And I was also stood behind another YouTuber. Forgot his name. I didn't get a picture. So, but yeah, it was really busy, obviously, because it's the opening of Nemesis Reborn, and everyone wants to come, and it's a little bit busy everywhere else, so we'll just see what we can get on, but it's definitely not going to be like a 5-hour wait like it is for Nemesis. But yeah, it was really good. Also, just to add on, because I completely forgot, but Nemesis Reborn is actually so smooth. When we were going up the lift hill, my mum was worried because she didn't take her hearing aids out, and usually she does because rides can get bumpy sometimes, but it was no problem. It was really smooth, and it was really fast as well. It was really good. It's really nice to see the whole park being themed. Obviously, the blade colours have changed from blue and yellow to black and yellow, which is really cool. They've got some shops that are themed for Nemesis, Energy Station, Valley, Energizer Company. I think it's just really cool. The whole area is just themed based on Nemesis Reborn, and it really helps the atmosphere, and I really like it. Even the little things like the veins over there just really help with the atmosphere. And look up here. I was a bit sad that the helicopter in the queue the propellers weren't moving, but this one is moving, and it has the sounds of a helicopter, and I think it's really cool. What a good addition to Forbidden Valley.
How long now?
I just missed that, but the guy said, "Nothing to see here, move along." What? It's a Robin. Hopefully we can go back and he'll do it again, but just in case he doesn't, he said, "Nothing to see here, move along." So just so you know. The Nemesis Reborn queue is actually going all the way down to the toilets in between the Haunted Manor and the entrance, and the entrance to actual Nemesis. So it's really long. No wonder it's nearly 5 hours long. This is a bit disappointing to see because we always get a shake here, but also it's not too bad because some of the shakes weren't that good. Absolutely loving the acting around here. It's just so funny. Giving leaves to people. We're now in the Alton Manor queue. We're about to go on the ride. So yeah. Also stay tuned for a night ride on Nemesis. Okay, bye. Ooh, scary. Looks like we've got some new merch here in the Alton Towers shop, which is really, really cool. We got obviously Teddy's different tops and things like that, which is great. And here is what I want. This is what I'm gonna get, guys. Got lots of different things here. I'm not quite sure what they are, like soap and things. Okay, so we just came off Alton Manor, and it was really good. They've added some new scenes. I won't spoil it, just in case you come to the park soon. But it was really, really good. Well, I do want to say I hope it was new. I'm pretty sure it's new, but my mum's making me second guess myself. So I've just noticed all the water for the river rapids is gone. Not sure why, but yeah. Another good thing I've seen is that they've put refillable water stations everywhere, which is really good. Something to say? And another thing I've realised is that the gates have been extended at the runaway mine train, so yeah. As you can see on this side of the River Rapids, all the water's there. I did speak to a staff member and they're not quite sure why it's closed, which is great. And they're not sure whether it's going to be open tomorrow either. So yeah, a little update. My brother just told me that in Mandrill Mayhem, Heath-Ho doesn't have the boat on it, so we're going to have a look and see for ourselves. Okay, so there isn't any boat here. Clearly, it's not open today. I'm not actually sure where the boat is or when it's going to open again. But yeah, it's weird to see it without a boat on. Of course, we can't pass Heath-Ho without going on this ride. It's currently raining right now as we're heading to Gangster Granny the ride. I've had a look at the queue times, and Nemesis Reborn does seem a little bit quieter at around lunchtime. So if you wanted to beat the queues a little bit, it's always going to be busy, but if you wanted to beat the queues a little bit, then definitely go around lunchtime. But we're heading to Gangster Granny now, and we're going to pass Hex and the Sky Ride, so we'll talk a little bit about that when we get there. As you can see, Hex is shut. Now, thankfully, it won't be shut all year. It will open at some point this season. We're not sure when though, but it's okay because I'm excited to see what sort of new effects that they put in. And it'll all be worth it in the end. At least it's opening this year. We took a little bit of a shortcut, so we didn't actually pass the Sky Ride, but that's actually going to be shut all year again. Unfortunately, it needs some major redoing, and they're spending millions on it, so hopefully it will open next year. Obviously, it's not great that it's shut for another year, but they got to do what they got to do. And if they're spending millions on it, then it must be something serious. But yeah, we were planning on going on Gangster Granny the ride, but the queue looks longer than 10 minutes, which is what is advertising. So we've decided we're going on Flavio's Fabulous Fandango instead, because we've been on Gangster Granny so much, we didn't want to wait longer than 10 minutes, you know. But if you've never been on it before, it's worth the wait. That was the worst ride on whatever Fabulous Fandango I've ever had. Thanks to my brother. I'm drenched from the rain. Like literally my legs are soaked. The seats were wet, so now my butt's wet. It's just not fun. And also, because the rain was falling down really hard and we were going quite fast, like when it hit your face, it was quite painful. Again, not Alton Towers' fault, just my brother's. Bad idea. Don't go on it in the rain, basically. Like I said, the Sky Ride isn't going to be open, and they even did the whole entrance up. They were painting it and everything, making us think that it was going to open, but unfortunately, it's not going to. But look how nice it looks, all freshly painted. I wish it was open this year. Next, we're going to be making our way over to the Dark Forest, near where 13 is, and we're going to see how busy it is over there, because we haven't gone down there yet. And I'm excited to ride 13, because I haven't gone on it in ages, and it's one of my favourite rides. Here we are! It's really weird not seeing roller disco over here, but it's a good space for seating, I guess. Well, I must be honest, that was a very awfully painful queue to wait in. The normal queue, the main queue, was advertised at 55 minutes. Now, I use Ride Access Pass, and I actually waited an hour, 55 minutes, and 30. No, an hour and 30 minutes and 55 seconds. So it was quite drastic compared to what the main queue was. But I'll speak more about it in my Ride Access Pass video, which I'm going to make when I get back at the hotel. So, I don't know where we're going next, but I'll see you there. Right, next ride, Gangster Granny. Let's go. Oh, anyway. Doesn't matter.
Mother.
Onto the main bit. Look what I got, guys. Oops, this is just a tag. So I got an Alton Towers little teddy bear, which is really cute, with Alton Towers Resort on it, a little t-shirt, and this really cute balloon. And then I think this is the main thing, really, isn't it? This is, I think it's a cake. It says celebration cake on it, so let's have a look. Ready? What? That's a whole cake. Let's see what's inside. Oh no. How do I don't really know how to cut a cake. Whoa. I don't really think that's scented, but it's okay. Let's have a look inside. Jam and buttercream, it looks like.
Yeah.
Traditional Victorian sponge. Yum. Okay. Delish. Look at the outfits on the frogs. Referencing the phalanx. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We've just come back from the hotel, which will be a separate vlog for a tour and a review of the breakfast and stuff. So check that out once it's posted. Subscribe to get notified. But now we're heading over to the burger kitchen after having a little bit of a break. Changed my hair because I didn't like the hair on my face. Now we're going to go to burger kitchen, have some dinner, and then start some night rides. I actually really recommend going back to your hotel if you're staying for the night and you're doing a day at Alton Towers that has night rides, so it finishes at 8 p.m. A lot of people are going now. Obviously it's cold and it's raining, and a lot of people have been out all day, so they must be exhausted. So lots of people are leaving, which hopefully means night ride queues won't be too bad. So if you do have a hotel, go back, have a little bit of a rest and come back, because it really does help. I feel much more alive. Okay, so my impression on the meal, it's alright. I mean, in terms of burgers, there definitely used to be a lot more options. Like there was a chicken mayo burger last year, and that wasn't on the menu at the moment, but I do think it's because it's nearly 6 o'clock. The slushies have run out, a lot of things have run out, hence why they're not on the menu when we went to order. I do think the menu has limited though, which is a shame because the chicken mayo burgers were really, really good, and I just couldn't see anything about it. But they did have tenders, which is new. You get 5 chicken tenders. The price has increased as well. It was £15 for a large double cheeseburger, I think it was, meal, which is a lot, but then again, it's theme park food, so it's going to be expensive. And we got a 20% discount with our Merlin annual pass, so it wasn't too bad actually. But yeah, we'll see what it's like when the food comes, and then that will ultimately give my true opinion on what it is. Hopefully it tastes good. These are the large chips. They're pretty big, to be honest. Cool. Time for a little taste test. Nice and salty. To be honest, they're like McDonald's chips, but just thicker. Here is the double cheeseburger. Let's open it. Alright, not too bad. It's a good sized patty. There's a good amount of sauce and cheese. Gosh. This is the barbecue chicken burger meal thing. Let's have a look if I can open it. It's got onion rings, chicken, barbecue sauce. That looks pretty good too. Yum. This is the barbecue chicken burger. My mum has it and she said that she's a bit sad that the chicken tenders are not actually a chicken burger. That's the only thing she doesn't like about it, I think. In terms of the burger itself, I think it's pretty good. It's on the greasy side. As you can see, my hands are really greasy, but it's not too bad for a burger at Alton Towers. Yeah. So even though the menu did seem a little bit sparse, the food was good and I'm really full up. I do suggest going regular instead of large because I couldn't even finish my chips. It is really, really filling. And now we're going to go over to Wickham. Let's hope we get everything done in time because I think it's like nearly 7. As you can see, it's night ride time and everything looks so good in the dark with the light shining on it. I wish Hex was open so we could see what that looks like, but I can't wait to see what Wickham looks like. Look at this. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. This looks so good. And look at the light at the top of the lift hill. Wow. I cannot wait to ride. Listen, I don't really have much time to film. Oh, look at this fountain. Looks really good. I don't really have much time to film because we're trying to run to Nemesis Reborn to try and get a night ride on it, but we just went on Wickham, me and my mum, and we got first row and it was pouring it down and I couldn't see anything, and it was probably one of the most fun rides I've had on the Wickham. I definitely suggest going on it in the rain. It was really funny. Anyway, we're going to try and make it. Let's hope that the ride line isn't closed off. Fingers crossed. Look at the helicopter. Oh my god, this is crazy, guys. Also, those teddies over there, really cool. Got some of the stock. You might not be able to see me, but basically the Nemesis Reborn got stuck at the top of the lift hill, so we can't go on it as our last night ride, and you can barely see me. Hi! But now we're gonna have a look at the Nemesis Reborn shop, and I'm gonna get myself a jumper. Ooh. Oh wow! Look at the model. That is so cool. It looks to be £8 for a Nemesis tote bag. Looks quite good actually. Pretty good fabric as well. So it looks to be, if you want to ride souvenir cup with Nemesis on it, it's 20 quid. And if you want to keep refilling it, then you have to pay an extra £5, which isn't too bad, and it looks really cool. So this hoodie here, well, it's kind of not really a hoodie, it's sort of zip up. And this whole thing here, this is crazy, okay? £100, wow, that is a lot of money. I must say that a lot of things like the keyring, some of the hats, they don't have prices on them, so you've got to be careful what you buy because it can be quite pricey in here, as you've just seen with the £100 zip up jacket thing. Pins here for £8, pretty cool. These bags don't have a price either, which is unfortunate. They should really just say the pricing, you know? Don't be afraid to show it because we want to know what we're buying it for, you know? You have these water bottles here. These are pretty cool. And they are £15. And then these magnets here, they're £6. We've also got little Nemesis like monkeys here, and they are £15. These are giant syringe pens. Which is crazy. I didn't think they were a pen, but they are. They're £8, which isn't too bad, and it looks really cool. Unfortunately, the hoodie that I see everyone wearing with the veins on the hood is all sold out, so I'm gonna have to try tomorrow. But you just gotta be quick when you come to the shop because everyone wants the same thing, and it's sold out. So I will have to try tomorrow, and I'll let you know whether I get it in my day 2 vlog. Guys, I just got really lucky. There was a staff member holding up the hoodies that I wanted, and I had it in my size, so I quickly asked if I could take it. I was very, very lucky. This is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. This is what everyone's wearing. It's got the little veins at the hands there, and then on the hood as well. It's got nothing on the back, but it is really nice, and this is £60. Not too bad for an Alton Towers hoodie. Okay guys, well that basically concludes my day here. I'll be back in the hotel giving a little overview, I think. But that was really, really lucky. Like, the staff member was holding 2 of the hoodies that everyone was wearing, and just one of them was in my size. So I was like, yep, I'm gonna take that, please. And it was £60, but with a discount, 20% off discount if you have a Merlin annual pass, it brought it down to £48, which is really, really good. Just beware, because not all of the items have a price on them. so they can be quite expensive, but the shop is really, really cool. The lights kept flickering, and it was just really atmospheric, and I'm just so lucky. And just to end the day, even though we didn't get to go on Galactica today, we'll be doing it in vlog 2 tomorrow, so stay tuned. But this looks great in the dark. Wow. Guys, not to brag, but this day couldn't get any luckier, because with my birthday package, I was supposed to get a certificate. So here it is. It's just saying happy birthday to me, who visited Alton Towers Resort on their 18th birthday. Slay. So I've got that certificate to like hang up or whatever, and it's really cute. And because I was 18, the staff at the reception were going to give me a magnet or a keyring, and one of the staff took this off of his keys and says, if I chose this, then I can keep it. And I chose it, and now I'm keeping it. So I want to say thank you to the staff member who gave me their keyring from their key. That's really lucky. Anyway, okay, I am back in my hotel room. I'm at the Splash Landing Hotel, and I'm going to be doing a video about that. I'm going to be doing a tour of my room and also a little bit of a review on the breakfast. I've got it booked for 7:30, so keep your eye out for that video. Subscribe and turn on notifications just so you know exactly when I post it. Anyway, we're going to do a little bit of an overview of today, and I've written down some little notes because I have got some good points that I'd like to make. The atmosphere in the theme park was really, really amazing. Obviously, Nemesis Reborn, it was this first day opening, you know, to the public, and it was full of just joy and excitement, and everyone was cheering when the train was dispatched from the station, and it was just a really, really good environment. It was a privilege, I must say, to meet Sean Sandbrook and Charlotte from Theme Park Worldwide. I've been watching them for ages, and they've been a big inspiration in terms of making my YouTube channel. So seeing them and them being literally the first people I see going into the park was mad. Honestly, it was just luck, pure luck, and they were really, really kind as well, and I hope they had a good day. But yeah, Nemesis was just crazy. I love how they themed the whole of Forbidden Valley. It wasn't just the Nemesis area, even themed Blade. They turned it from a blue yellow boat to a black one, to just fit the theming more. I loved how they had that helicopter that replaced the gun, and in the dark, wow, it was just crazy. I didn't get to ride Nemesis. The train literally got stuck at the top of the lift hill. You know, it's the first ride. It's the first time it's been open to a huge capacity of humans, and it's been riding back to back to back. And I'm surprised it hadn't broken down earlier, not that I know of anyway. And so it was expected, and I'm just glad that I got my first ride on it in the morning. Now, in terms of timings for Nemesis, I would recommend trying to go and ride Nemesis first thing in the morning, because that is when the queue times are high. Now, I use a ride access pass, so thankfully I wasn't one of these people, but the queues actually got up to 5 hours in the morning, and it really did die down by the time it got to lunchtime. It went from 275 minutes to about 120. It was still very, very high, but at least you wouldn't have to wait 5 hours, let me tell you that. That must have been painful to say the least. To see the eye moving and the teeth around it moving, and to see all the actors, the protesters, the atmosphere was just insane, and it really made me feel part of this whole Nemesis Reborn story. Obviously, because it's opening day and also Nemesis Reborn opening day, the park was very, very hectic. It was very, very busy, especially in the Forbidden Valley area. But it was really well managed. It could have gone really, really bad, but there were staff everywhere to help guide you to where you needed to go, and it was really well planned out, so that there wasn't just groups of people banging into each other all the time. It didn't feel too crowded. It felt very, very busy, but it was really well managed, and I applaud all the staff for that, because they really handled that well. You know, coming into the park as opening day and also opening day for Nemesis Reborn, everyone knew it was going to be probably one of the busiest days in a long time for Alton Towers, and it really, really was, and it was really managed very well. So well done to all the staff. He really works hard and made this experience 10 times greater for everyone who visited today. It was really managed well. It did rain a lot, especially near the end of the video, and it was really raining tonight. My hair's just drying. The sleeves of my Wickerman jumper are wet through, so are the ends of these I don't know what you call them, but they're literally dripping. I don't know whether you can see the water literally dripping onto my table right now. It really didn't spoil the day at all though. Like, it didn't make a single difference. The rain was gonna happen, but it was okay. It didn't really ruin anything, so I'm glad about that. And again, everything was managed so well. There wasn't nothing that could ruin that sort of situation in the rain, because it was just managed so well. In terms of the park being managed really well by the staff, they were also really kind and really accommodating. Like I said, especially with my certificate that I got for spending my birthday here, and the fact that one of the staff members from the Splash Landing Hotel literally took this Nemesis opening day keyring from his keys and gave it to me. That's, you know, just shows how much they care and things. I'm just really thankful to that staff member. Thank you so much, because it is really cool. That keyring is just great. But it just shows how professional these staff are and caring and accommodating. And yeah, today's been great for staff. They've all been amazing. I'd also like to talk about the shop for Nemesis, because oh my god, some of the shops for the rides, they're themed to the rides, but not as much as it's themed to Nemesis Reborn. The lights were flickering. It was saying that there was a malfunction. The lights would literally dim and everything would go dark, and then it would turn. I wish I could get that on camera, but I missed it. And it was very busy in there. In fact, people were waiting 2 hours to get into that shop, because it was the end of the day. We only waited around 20 minutes to get in. And we decided to go there instead of trying out another ride, because obviously Nemesis Reborn was going to be our last night ride. It broke down. So I went to the shop so I could wear the jumper that I got by luck for tomorrow in my second vlog. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, the shop was amazing. And I think the things that they were selling were really well themed, and I loved all of the merch. Actually, it is just a shame that the pricings weren't on all of the items. It makes you think it's going to be really expensive. So just keep an eye out on those products that don't have pricing, and just be cautious about the fact that you have no idea how much it's going to cost until you go to the till. And sometimes it can be awkward to turn down an item, so you might be spending way more than you want to. Apart from that, the theming was just crazy and I loved it in there. Now, in terms of seating, I know I mentioned it a little bit in my vlog. Obviously, where roller disco was, it's now replaced by benches, which, you know, it's weird to not see it there because it's been there for quite a while, but it's really good that they replaced it with seating, because Alton Towers did need more seating around the park. The only thing is, in weathers like this, where it's raining a lot, it's really hard to find seating with shelter. There is one specific place near the Wickerman and the toilets. It's like in between Heave Ho and the Wickerman. That has shelter there, and I recommend sitting there because, you know, you won't get wet from the rain. But seating around the park in general does need more coverage, because, you know, it doesn't rain quite a lot in the UK, and it is really hard to find seating unless you want to get your bum wet. It was hard to find somewhere to sit when I was eating my lunch, because it had been raining and all the seats were quite wet, and we didn't want a wet bum, so we just kept walking around until we found a slightly dry one. But yeah, shelters for seating definitely needs to be improved in any way, really. This can actually be available when the weather is kind of bad, you know. One other thing I'd like to talk about is the Ride 13. Now, as I've mentioned, I use a Ride Access Pass, and I was a bit disappointed with the operations for 13. Now, I just wanted to say this in this video to let you know that I will be making a further in detail overall opinion of what I think about the Ride Access Passes and the new things that have been put into place to try and improve Ride Access Pass holders' experience at Alton Towers. I wasn't necessarily pleased with the operations at 13, but like I said, I'll cover that more in my Ride Access Pass deep dive video, so stay tuned for that if you are interested. Now, Alton Manor, the Curse at Alton Manor, I do really believe that there are some new scenes in there, and it's looking really, really good. Now, I know that the Curse at Alton Manor is a ride that you can go on over and over again, and you keep seeing new things every single time, and it's like a whole new experience every time you re-ride it. But I swear that these are genuinely new scenes, and I really, really like them. I think it definitely goes with the theme of the Curse at Alton Manor, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed actually. I didn't expect new scenes to be in the Curse at Alton Manor, and it was a lovely surprise because it went really well with the ride, and yeah, very impressed. Now finally, I just want to talk about the Nemesis refill cups that I was speaking about in the shop. Now obviously it said it's £20 for the cup, and then if you want to keep refilling it, that's extra £5 that you have to pay. Now we went to the counter, and I have a premium pass, but if you have a gold pass or anything like that, you have vouchers and you can redeem freestyle cups. And we asked the lady at the counter if we could use these vouchers, and she said no, which makes sense because it's Nemesis themed, it's really big, and a lot of people have been walking around with them today, and they look really grand and detailed and they look really good. But yeah, can't use vouchers. You do have to pay 20 quid for it and the £5 on top. But apart from that, it was a really good day. And yeah,